Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Chukwuemeka. If this is the very first time I've seen this channel, please don't just be panic. Don't think probably, whoa, what did I get myself into? Well, you're on a very right track. And actually, this is a very special channel. That makes you a very special person. So you all are VIP. And you know what VIP is? Very important person. You all are very important people, okay? And as far as you're in this channel, you don't need to do much. I know a lot of you chose to be in the background, and that's okay. It's okay to be in the background. Some people don't like engaging as such publicly, although they like being vociferous. They are very, very vocal when they are behind the mask. So it's okay. So the only thing you could do for me is just to click on the subscription button, like and share. Sharing is actually very efficacious because it's going to reach a lot of people. And you never, let me whisper it to you, the very important part of all this advocacy is helping people. So the recipients are the people that we are here for. So by sharing it, by liking it, by preaching out the good news, people will be impacted. And a lot of people will learn from your own agency. We are all helping each other, right? So thank you very much. Well, today it's a day that you know is blessed. Very good day, Sunday. And I always say today I term it as Sunday with Chukwuemeka. My name is Chukwuemeka, by the way. So I'm not talking about a third party. It is me, Chukwuemeka. And you all are my brothers. You all are my sisters. You are all related to me in a way that we all have sort of communal relationship. Even if it's not blood ties, but we all are together. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. So thank you very much. Okay. Well, today I'm going to talk about something, and I'm going to talk about something that we all encounter. And permit me, if I should say, I would like to philosophize. What I mean by philosophizing, it's not that I want to be, because a lot of people, once you say philosophy, they see philosophy as something that is so far off from religion, especially Christendom. A lot of people believe that it's philosophy antagonizes religion. It is not like that. There are a lot of wonderful philosophers that have really propounded a lot of good things that is helping, even in Christendom. A very renowned philosopher, people might not know, though they call him a theologian because he has different feeders to himself because he has different acolytes. He's a very um, he's a pundit. He has done a lot of things, and that's Thomas Aquinas. You know, Thomas Aquinas is very knowledgeable. He's a philosopher, theologian. We have also Augustine of Hippo, St. Augustine. St. Augustine is a very good philosopher. We have Anselm. Anselm is also a very good philosopher from the Anglican fold. He's been there, I think, is I don't know, is not pre-Socratic, but Socratic period. They are the ones that really propounded a lot of, or they philosophized a lot of things that we all are learning in our books. And today I'm going to talk about one special person. His name is Spinoza. Some people call him Spinoza because it's spelled as Spinozza. So it all depends on how you call him, but I will talk about him. He is a philosopher. Well, before we do that, I want us to look at our lives. Have you ever wondered, have you ever pondered around you? Let's be poetic now. You look at the birds, you look at the vegetation, you look at the beauty and the ugliness of things around you. What I mean by the ugliness of things around you, see people killing people. Whenever I switch on my phone, what I see is that horrible things. In my neighboring state, Anambra, there are a lot of diabolical things going on there. A lot of people who are into fetish things. They believe that once they sacrifice something, it paves a way for prosperity. Some of you in the West, you call it black magic. Some people believe in it. And there are people also in wars. You go to Israel, you go to Ukraine, you go to different places, you see people are killing each other just for slightest provocation. You see marriages falling apart, relationship falling apart. See different people going on bankruptcy. These are the realities of our times. And today I want us to question the realities. We question the existences. We look at life. We pause. Sometimes it is the nearest that we've come to our existence. And when I was talking about a philosopher, I wasn't talking about something that is foreign. They are human beings like us. They wake up one morning and start thinking, what is this world from? Where? How? Who? Who is the creator? How does it really form? What is the world of form and matter? Why are people connected to the supra world? You understand? They start sort of like philosophizing, asking these questions, metaphysical questions. What is there? What is this thing called world? What is this thing called humans? What is this thing called animals? Why are we here? What is the purpose? And we heard about, and this is actually the reality of times where people talk about, especially in the religious parlance, people talk about Armageddon, Armageddon, the force of good and evil fighting. You understand? I'm not talking about the biblical one, but let's talk about even our world entirely, the understanding of, let's talk about secular understanding of Armageddon. And people talk about how do we get to this kind of Eldorado, kind of oasis, kind of a time where all this evil that is going on, all this turnaround of things that could spiral down to bad thing, all these things happening around, or how do we have a hold on it? And this is what some families are talking about. How to train kids to be successful. Some countries are talking about, virtually all the countries, how to be progressive. Your growth, how would it work? How do we get our population healthy? You go to schools are talking, how do we mill out proud graduates? And you now go to individual life. That is where we start asking these questions. How do we better ourselves? How do we become leaders of tomorrow? And I've done some write up, and I want to read it out because I sort of composed it last night. I said I'm going to share it. Though people will be saying, how does it relate to Sunday with Chukwuemeka? We are preaching God. We're preaching in the sense that we are trying to question realities, things that we see around us. And the only way we could do it is not just by the hustle and bustles of life. It's not just, the fast lane of life. Sometimes it's when we withdraw on ourselves, when we detach ourselves. There is, I think, in research, there's something we call phenomenology, methodology in qualitative science, where you don't actually immerse yourself in your study. If you're a researcher, you don't become that research. You are foreign to that research, but you allow people, the samples, those people that you want them to give you the data, the raw data, you allow them to decide what the study, what the conclusion will be. And that's when you make meaning of your research. The same way in our life, we cannot achieve the meaning of life when we engage in all this noise, all this loudness, all this hearsay, all this killing, all this fight him, all this do this to him, all these negative things without really having a rethink, a quiet time. And this is what I want us to talk about now. How do we attend that? And I'm looking at it, I'm wondering that, am I really doing this right? That's the questions we have to start asking ourselves. Let us not be distracted about what tomorrow will be, because once you step out of your house, you see, oh, I want to drive this car because my neighbor is driving the same car. Or in the news, I heard that once you live in an apartment lot, you are respected. Some people open up social media. Oh, in the social media, they said you shouldn't take any no or yes for your partner or from your partner. Attack them. So people tend to live their life because of the noise around them, because of the realities around them, because of the existences around them. So today we have to question it. And that questioning has to do with you. And I'm pointing hand at you, but this hand is also pointing back at me, all of us. Now is the right time to talk about Spinoza. Spinoza's full name is Baruch Spinoza. He is a 17th century philosopher, and he philosophizes about things happening around us, just like the other philosopher I've mentioned about him. In the past, René Descartes. René Descartes was the one that says that if you're a living being, you have to think. If you don't think, you're not living. So what he calls his popular dictum that he says, cogito ergo sum. That is in Latin, that is cogito ergo sum. You can translate it as I think, therefore I exist. So, but we're not talking about Descartes today. We're talking about Spinoza. And before I will say something about Spinoza, the reality of our time is so scary. In a place called my southeastern part of Nigeria called Anambra State, there is this orgy of it's orgies rather of love for money, too much into sort of like fast lane. A lot of people trying to make it by all means, and sometimes there's no questioning of how, what, where, how did they get it, what really is the source. People don't ask that question any longer. What they know is that they've manufactured answers because they see people throwing bunch of money around, partying around, riding luxurious cars, houses, flashy things, so flamboyant. Then the jobless youth believe that, oh, this is the way. Oh, people are getting it. Let's just um, devise a means of getting it. Some of them took up the life of herbalists, what the Western world would call black magic. They believe that they are sorcerers. They could now forecast that you can get money, bring money to get money. So they will tell you, they charge you. Then they say, oh, this is what you should do. You should do this incantation, this recitation, and all those kind of things to make money. And some of the even pastors in the church, they started preaching false teaching of how to make money through fast lane. And these orgies are being not surmounted, they are being compounded, getting worse and worse. A lot of them getting sophisticated. But today, let's talk about Spinoza, and this is where I'll wrap up today's teaching. Spinoza was saying that all these things that we're saying, no matter who you are, you could think, oh, I am a barrister. Being a barrister, I've gone through a lot of training. Oh, I'm knowledgeable. Oh, I am this, I am that, I am knowledgeable. It's not about it. In fact, Spinoza is saying that you are partially knowledgeable. You are not knowledgeable, that you are very partially knowledgeable. The only way you can attain the highest kind of knowledge, what Spinoza called intuitive knowledge. And intuitive knowledge is our intuition. It's not something that you can sort of like believe that you have the grasp of it. Or look at it on the TV and see the famous people and say, oh, yes, I will emulate them. Or see people spreading bunch of cash. You say, yes, I can kill, I can kidnap, I can do such to be like this person. Spinoza was saying the intuitive knowledge is the attainment of intellectual love of God. So Spinoza, the philosopher, is saying the only way you could attain this highest knowledge is knowing God. He said the human beings are all modes of God. It's just like what we say, we are created in God's image. We are modes of God. And this is where we got this achieved knowledge. That's passion knowledge because we are of God's image. So a lot of us, because we are created by God, we are byproduct of that creation. So we have passion knowledge. But the way we could attain the highest kind of knowledge is that intuitive knowledge, knowing God. The more knowledge you have of God, the less you suffer from evil emotions. The less you think about those who make money from fast lane as your God, as your emulating, shining example. The more you are contented, the more you know that hard work requires patience, tenacity, and also very, very careful with life. Do not join the fray. It's not just because he does that, she does that. I would do the same. If you ask me what are emotions that Spinoza was saying there are emotions of hatred, wars around our world today, people killing people, people kidnapping people, the emotion of anger. People don't have patience in their relationship. They snap in a twinkle of an eye. They snap. Envy is too many. Infighting, bickering, backbiting, tussling. A lot of it. And that's why when I started, I say it's a word of Armageddon. It has come. It has started in our world. We are not looking for any biblical. It has started already. The fight of good and evil has started. Spinoza is saying that before you run out of this thing, you only have adequate knowledge. The love of God. It's not the partial knowledge that we are all created. Be you a professor, be you the last person in your surrounding, be whoever, you have to attain that knowledge, the highest kind of knowledge, the love of God. The love of God, doing good, which is godly, and avoiding evil, which is not godly. It's only God that this resides. Thank you very much. I don't want to, I've done it a lot today, taking a lot of your time. I'm sorry about it. But all the same, I'll call you on, invite you all to like, share, subscribe, okay? I love you all. And I doff my hat for you guys. I don't want to remove my hair. My hair is not good, but let me I doff my hat for you. You are all great. You are all beautiful. Thank you all.